Well, as you see today, I actually don't have a firearm for review. I actually have some accessories. 2 rifle slings that the nice people at Andy's Leather sent out. If you're not familiar with them, hopefully this will get you acquainted. And also, like any of the other videos, the links and in the description, everything will be posted there on how to get in contact and what all they have. All right, well, to start off, I'd like to say thank you so much to Andy at Andy's Leather. He was nice enough when I met him at the Steyr open house event back in August. Did a little conversation, talked with him, and told him I was looking for possible sling options for some new rifles that I was going to be getting at Steyr that year for testing. After talking to him, he showed me one of his slings and then told me about another one that he had. We talked a little bit, and he was nice enough to send me 2 slings, one for a Steyr THB and one for my AUG. He was also nice enough. Some other things that he makes are leather briefcases, like a computer bag or just an out bag, like a day out bag, and some really cool solid leather coasters. And I mean, not really so much, like they're awesome or they do something special. I mean, these are just nice hand cut. He rounds all the edges. I mean, just nice leather coasters. So I've actually got 2 of these and been using them, as you can kind of tell. They were really nice and polished up, but I mean, they work great and I appreciate it. It keeps the table from getting all marked up. So, I mean, these are just some of the products that he makes. I'll try to get some pictures of one of his bags that he makes. It's big enough for a laptop. He also runs the Scout Forum or scoutrifle.org website for your information on Steyr Scout rifles and a few other brands, but in the genre of the Scout rifles or Scout series of rifles. But you can check out his website. There's a full forum and everything, just very similar to like the Steyr Club, but they do a lot with just rifles, long guns, and custom leather work. Some other things that are on there also. So really good information where to go to. So that's scoutrifle.org. But getting into the review and getting to show you kind of what we've been testing and using. First one up is a 100% leather Rhodesian sling. It's all genuine. This isn't like your typical leather. I believe, sorry if I'm wrong, I want to say this is the same style of leather that you make very high-end cowboy saddles out of. So a very durable saddle leather, not more like your tanned leather or your hide leather that people put for light wearing on the other one. This stuff is pretty thick. We're talking 1/4 inch or better here, maybe just a little over 1/4. But it's all made, it's all here, USA. He hand stains everything or dyes it. The hardware is all solid. It's all steel, and it's a flat blade screwdriver along with a T30 bit setup. I can get in here to show you. Everything locks on itself. And pull this out here. It's even got little teeth on the back of it to bite in to hold for the leather. Now granted, most people are going, okay, it's a sling, or they don't think a whole lot into their slings. Guys, I can kind of tell you, for hunters or someone that really has to carry a sling all the time, you do not want to get a cheap sling. The nylon ones stretch or they fray, they break. When they get wet, they smell kind of funny. I mean, even like really inexpensive leather ones will do the same. Myself personally, I want a very simple sling design. I don't want extra wide webbing. I don't want the neoprene on it, anything. So when I talked to him, I was like, I just want a plain leather, multiple adjusting sling. So he's like, I'll set you up, Case. So with this one, it's got a full steel buckle here on the back that actually has a spur inside of it. I'll pull this down, kind of show you here. And that is it for the adjustment and lock. this sling just slides all inside of itself. So all of your adjustment holes are cut, and all you need to do is to shorten it up is just push forward and pull it down or adjust back out. And the nice thing is depending on what your setup is for a long gun or like what I'm going to show you here in a minute on my AUG, you can actually set the backing screw and take out all the slack or adjustment that you don't really need to use. So if you just want to shoulder it, or maybe if you want to like a single point over your neck and just drape it in front of you, it's just really nice. You don't have to worry about trying to cut one and punch a new hole. Just adjust it out the way you want, set the lock screw, and then you can use this clasp, slide where you need to. This one here, I was running on a Steyr THB on a 26-inch long gun that weighed in at about 15 or 16 pounds with optics. I had no issues out of it. You can actually see here that the leather is still, bent into a direction. This thing did not come loose or get soft and malform and carrying it. So I thought that was really impressive that the leather hasn't cracked. I mean, this thing looks really brand new for the last couple months that I've been messing with it with this rifle. I don't have the particular rifle to show you what it is, y'all. I do have a review on it, but that rifle has since gone back to Steyr since it was just a test rifle, and I'm gonna see what else I can put this one on. Getting into his secondary sling, which I have been using on an AUG. This one here is actually a synthetic leather. It's a little bit smaller, but it's of the same design, has the same style clasp, all the same hardware. And this one I've been using on this particular rifle now for a few months. I didn't like the factory Steyr AUG sling because it was kind of a nylon. It was more like a belt buckle adjustment. This just worked better. One of the interesting things which comes in the package if you pick up or you read on Andy's website, which I have a computer print off, he actually shows you how this sling works into your forearm. He just has a brief description of where this front loop is. I actually have this one backwards on the AUG because I didn't really need this due to the front forward grip. Now I did run in his diagram on the THB on the long gun, and it really works quite well for wrapping the rifle and getting yourself a stable shooting platform. With the buckle and everything, it's actually convexed to fit into your arm, so it's not like a flat piece of bar metal in the back. It actually goes right into the muscle and everything, and you don't have to worry about it biting into you, and it doesn't slip. So thought that was very interesting. He'll send this if you can actually research it and read a little bit more on his website, more in depth of how to use his slings. He has a few different ways and options, and it gives you a better setup than what I can honestly give you, just because I use a sling one way, over my shoulder, or I throw it across my torso in front rig sling, kind of like a 3-point harness. But this one here, I mean, I've been beating on it. It's got a little bit of wear, but for a few months in the field, in the case, bouncing around, I actually hunt with an AUG. I did last year also, trying it out. It is capable to do that, but the sling's just really held up. With this one here being a synthetic, it has, I don't want to say a rubber feel, but you can actually feel a difference between the genuine leather and this. This just has a little bit more sticky feel to it, and surprisingly, and I even told Andy this, between the two slings, I actually like the synthetic a little bit more. So he kind of like, yeah, oh man, you're killing me. But it just felt a little bit better for the long term. But his leather one here, I would definitely recommend this one for a heavier long gun, just because it's got some more rigidity to it. I mean, it's stiffer. I'm sure the more and more I use it, it'll soften. But for the AUG, for what I'm using this particular platform for. The soft synthetic leather one was just a better fit for me. So I've been messing with these since late August or so, running on 2 different platforms, trying to see what I can come up with. So it's not a super long-term test. It has been a few months or so, about 6 months or so. So I hope for a sling option. He was nice enough to send these to me for testing. If you guys just don't want a cheap and expensive sling, you want to get something nice for your nice scout rifle or your long gun. I mean, these are just a nice fit and finish. This is the quality that you're looking for. It's not that cheap and expensive, you know, Walmart $9 sling that you're going to throw on that's got neoprene that's going to dry rot the first time it gets wet, then dries out in the summer. So that's it. I will give you all the information. Like I said, you can find him at the scoutrifle.org, or you can actually contact him at andysleather.com. And he is all here done, made in the USA. He's actually from North Carolina, and he'll ship and get whatever you need pretty much anywhere on the globe that you need it. So hope that helps you guys out. For anybody that's looking for a sling, check him out, and hopefully he'll work for you.